Hello everybody, this is Thatsmapizza with some more Langrisser Mobile. And today I'm going to be reviewing some more group round stage matches from the TSDL or the Summit Der Langrisser tournament. And yeah, I'll be reviewing the matches between Jagger and SikarasTheRipper. So let's get into it. So let's start with game 1. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so Sikaras has a very odd team. It looks very rushy, but it doesn't really have any rush support. Like, the only speed boosters or movement units, well, movement boosting units are Iron Blood, Emperor Ares, Light of Genesis, and then potentially Ashmir, but she's not really a good like speed boost unit. Also, he has McLean for map control, which is fine, I suppose, but it's just a very odd box that I'm not too sure will do very well against like most meta boxes. But Sikaras isn't a meta box. He's using a very tank push strat. Yeah, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks. So yeah, he's going to be tank push. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4 healers. So yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised he's not running like what's his name, Oboro in this box. Alternatively, Sikaras might not have an Oboro build, which is fine. But this box basically screams, I'm going to use Oboro, whether you like it or not. But yeah, it's just kind of odd to see a tank push box without Oboro in it or any like other like very strong tank push units. Anyways, let's see what's going on. So Jagger loses his Neo Zerda, which is a very common ban because she will knock any revived tanks down a peg, especially if she gets like some unit to follow up, like SP Matthew to weaken tanks and stuff. So yeah, there's that. And then Jagger bans out Neo Elma, which I personally don't think is a very good ban because well, yeah, I don't think that's a great ban because Neo Zerda will just run all over him if Sikaras gets the chance, and Sikaras also has like 3 other tanks. So yeah, there's not really much. Yeah, this ban is kind of pointless in all honesty. And then Jagger picks up Wedham, which is fine. He can run AoE or single target, and he'll be a bit more effective against all the other tanks that Sikaras is going to run. And yeah, so Jagger loses Gintoki and Lucretia. Pretty good bans because those 2 units are very versatile and very strong. And then Hilda is picked up, which is kind of interesting because Jagger doesn't have like a Neo Virash to really pull stuff around. So yeah, there's that. And then what else is going on here? Oh, I think I got a bot in my chat. Probably need to ban it. Whatever. Too much effort at the moment. One second. Yeah, whatever. I'll just ignore it for now. Okay. So what else? So next set of bans, Rosenseal and and Elma, pretty good bans since that's getting rid of like the debuff immunity stuff. And then he picks up SP Matthew, which kind of looks like Jagger can oscillate between both AoE and single target, which is fine. But in honesty, he really should have gotten rid of that Neo Zerda, because Neo Zerda can pretty much ignore most of this stuff. So Jagger loses those 2, which is pretty good pick because Lost Him, it has a lot of pressure, can add a lot of pressure in this map, and then Iron Blood can speed boost like Jagger's entire team. And then he picks up Sophia here, which I suppose works, but yeah, it's fine. But now he can start picking DPS now, but he loses his main DPS units, so there's that. And I think Jagger's gonna pick up McClane here. Oh, he's not. Interesting. I think he's going for the additional AoE damage and the speed boot and the teleport and the repositioning from him, which is fine. But I personally would have picked. Well, actually, McClane probably wouldn't have been super useful here quite yet because Yanni is still on the field, and so is Epsilon, and yeah, Yanni and Epsilon are still on the field. So McClane and Epsilon go down, and then Sikaras picks up another healer. He really should have picked DPS here because, yeah, sure, these guys are going to be AoEing him to heck and back, but he also has a lot. He has some units with a lot of range, like Yanni, who can add a lot of pressure. Anyways. So let's see what's going on here. So he loses Gintoki and Ironblood here, and then Jagger picks up her because she has terrain mastery and she can pretty much run across the map. And yeah, I think Sikaras is going to kind of struggle in killing units at this point because he's going to be left with a last pick tank at this point. And yeah, it's just not really good because he kind of really would have wanted to be left with pick 5 between like 2 tanks or a tank and a healer, and then he would have had 2 DPS to actually take down like Jagger's, because Jagger's team is all about like momentum, and he's all about just going in, hitting you quickly before you respond, and you need to essentially just get rid of his units as quickly as possible in return. And then I think he's going to pick up Elwyn here because, oh, never mind, he picks up the Kagura, which I think is okay, but not really useful compared to Elwyn because Elwyn has the revive, and it would have just been so much harder for Sikaras to just finish him off. But there is Lucretia, but he only has 1 DPS at this point, and pretty much that would have Sikaras is gonna have to take so much time to actually kill off any units. So yeah. So what I'm kind of seeing here is it looks like Jagger pretty much just wants to go in far out all his AoE on to Sikaras, and then hopefully that Sikaras' healers and Lucretia die. While I didn't notice that. Oh, never mind. Lucretia has 4 range. I thought that was 4 move. Yeah, this Kagura. Yeah, I don't think she's very good because, well, for one, she probably should have been running Unicorn, so she has more effective range. Yeah, so I think what's going to go on here is essentially Jagger's going to try to fart out his AoEs onto both Hilda and Ledin, so they can't get healed and they get guard disabled, so both Alicia and Kagura can win. And then Sikaras' strategy here is just to tank everything, wait for Wedam to come in and finish him off with counterattacks. This is interesting. Oh, I see. So he's trying to speed boost his team. That's an interesting move, but also kind of a waste. Okay, so the buff goes down. That buff goes down, so he can actually, Jagger can actually do damage, and then essentially everybody's just setting up. Oh. Okay, so Elysian's strategy goes down, and I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna use, he's gonna use Wedam last. But the thing is, Sophia can dispel 2 debuffs with her 3C, so if he goes in right now, it's not really going to do anything. So yeah, I don't see how Jagger's really going to get through this. So yeah, 3C goes down, he'll debuff, do a lot of damage, and then Sophia's going to dispel all that and just do a massive heal. And then Wedam is going to go in now and fart out his heal debuff and guard disable, which I don't think is going to do much since Ledin's there. Also, he still has another healer. So yeah. Oh wow, and the puppet dies. So yeah. Yeah, this is pretty bad. And then I think Matthew's just gonna come in and kill off the DPS. So Skybreaker drop goes down, and then yeah, this is pretty much over since Sikaras lost his main DPS. And then Ledin pulls Matthew, but he doesn't get any buffs. Well, he gets buffed to blocked, and yeah, that was pretty much over. Yeah, the main issue is Sikaras did not pick up any DPS, and the DPS he did pick up was very vulnerable to Jagger's strategy. So let's see if Sikaras can do better in the next game. Okay, so pretty much same teams, yeah. So same map. So okay, so let's see. So Rosenseal's banned out, which pretty good ban, but Sikaras has plenty of other healers to fill out that need. So I think here Sikaras should start picking up DPSs since he has plenty of tanks, and it won't matter if 2 tanks get banned out because he'll have 2 tanks to pick. And then it won't matter if 2 of his healers are banned out because he'll still have 1 left. So this is just a safe pick up a DPS right now, please. Situation. And then Neo Zerda is banned out because Neo Zerda is very annoying, and then Sikaras picks up Neo Alma for some reason. So yeah, so he loses 2 tanks, and now he's forced to pick up a tank, and I just don't understand why. Well, I will say this: Sikaras really needs to get comfortable with first picking a DPS carry, because in this current meta, you really need like a DPS carry to essentially carry you through the match, because a lot of the current DPS meta units like Neo Zerda, Gintoki, and I wouldn't really say Wedam anymore because there's just too many tanks and so much stuff for him to deal with. So yeah, if you pick up like DPS carry, say like Gintoki or Neo Zerda or Awakener when she comes out, usually those units are so powerful that they can just carry you through a game. In any case, so Elmo's picked up here, and then Wedam's picked up again for his either AoE / single target stuff, which isn't a huge issue. And then Jagger loses Elwyn and Gintoki. Elwyn ban I don't think is a great ban because no matter what, Elwyn has to go through Sikaras' tanks. And then Gintoki is just, like I said, a DPS carry who is very, very strong. So that's generally a good ban. In this situation, I probably would have banned out some of Jagger's support, so he can't really mess you up. Like, instead of banning out Elwyn, probably would have been better to ban out, say, Ironblood, Emperor Ares, yeah, Ironblood or Emperor Ares or Light of Genesis, because the rest of Jagger's team is pretty much DPS and very little utility, and it's kind of hard to tell what Jagger is going to move for, because Neo Alma, well, regular Alma can sort of deal with AoE pretty well. So you kind of have a check on that already. So let's see what's going down. So, what's her name? Christiane is picked up here. Not a bad pick, because pretty much he had a choice, but well, Sikaras had a choice between Ledin, who's not great, and then Christiane, who's still pretty good. So now Sikaras loses his main DPS carries here, and let's see who Jagger picks up. Okay, Ironblood. So yeah. So essentially, Jagger is looking to speed boost basically all of his infantry units down here. So you can't really tell what he's going for, but Ironblood is like a single target unit, so Christiane doesn't really need to worry about that. So here I would try to focus on maybe banning out some other AoE units like McLean, who can AoE somewhat. He can assassinate, and he has map control. Or I'd probably get rid of, say, like Emperor Ares and Elwyn, so you're forcing Jagger to interact with your tank. So he gets rid of Epsilon and Matthew, which not bad bans. And then he picks up McLean here, which, very good pick. Because now Jagger is going to have a lot of trouble getting on the map, and he's also kind of forced to pick up his own McLean here. But I'm just kind of thinking, if you wanted to pick McLean here, it probably would have been smarter to ban out both Matthew and Jagger's McLean, so he has to deal... He can't dispel your water. Yeah, he picks up McLean here. So next, Emperor, Ares, and Lost Him are banned out here, which, not bad. It's just kind of like... Well, actually, in this situation, it's not bad, because all that Jagger is left with are just single target units, except for Lucretia, who has some good AoE, so maybe it would have been better to ban out both Emperor and Lucretia here, since basically you wouldn't be dealing with AoEs. McLean has a revive, so he's not really going to get hit with this. Well, he's not really going to worry about assassination stuff. And then Elma can block his stun on your tank. And then he picks up Epsilon here. Very, very good pick. And then he loses Iron Blood and Lucretia here, which, not bad. And then, what else is going to get... Okay, and so Kagura gets picked up here. So, in this case, I honestly think that either picking... Well, I personally think that probably picking up Ledin here would be a better idea. So, in case one of your tanks gets downed, you have another one. Plus, Sissy White won't have to... Well, actually, I think Sissy White actually would be better here, because she has speed boost, she has act again, plus you don't even need to use the mercenary thing that would trigger Wedham's stuff. But also, if you use mercenary, you can also trigger Epsilon stuff, so really up to him. Kind of have to play it by ear. And then Sissy White is picked, so we'll see how that goes. And then Alicia's picked here, who probably is not going to do much. Okie doke. So let's see what's going on here. So yeah, it looks like Wedham is... Oh, Wedham is going single target, which is interesting. If he was going in single target, he should have brought werewolves. And yeah, dealing with the water would be a pain, but you have your own McLean to deal with that. And then, okay, so yeah, he's going to speed boost both the Kagura and the Alicia here, who honestly won't really be doing anything. And then, let's see, so Sissy White goes down, summons a mercenary, which I kind of think is a waste. Probably would have been better to just throw long-term investment on one of his units. And, oh, he's going to be accelerated aiding his team. Interesting. So... that goes down. It looks like Sikaras is playing very passively at the moment, which is okay, but you really want to start moving towards this. Oh, that was not a great move. Okay, so Wedham is going to go down, and yeah, honestly, it probably would have been better just to... Yeah, it would have been better to just guard there. Okay. And so, guard gets dispelled. Okay, so Riptide Components goes down, and then... Okay, so he's building a wall here, so the Kagura can't really do anything, but the thing is, Kagura's probably going to go in no matter what you're going to do. Yeah, and that gets dispelled. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is pretty good positioning. Oh, he didn't need to use that, but I guess that's fine. Okay, yeah, the heal goes down, so nothing too big goes down. Okay, but this Wedham is pretty much dead meat now. Yep. Very dead Wedham here. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much a free kill, and Jagger pretty much lost at this point. So yeah. That happens, but it's not really a big deal. Okay, so yeah, pretty much Sikaras is just waiting for Jagger to come in and do something, but at this point it's not really going to do much. Oh, okay. Okay, and Christiane dies here, but not really a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't really matter because she has a revive anyways, and that's her whole thing. Oh, instead of using long-term investment on McLean here, would have been better to use it on Epsilon, because he's gonna start picking up kills now since he has 2 damage skills. McLean needs to like reset all of his damage stuff right now. Okay, and so it looks like... Okay, so this is a very good hit, Christian now, which, whatever. And then Epsilon loses his shield, which is whatever. So Supernova goes down and kills off the Kagura. Hooray. And then, yeah. And then Ironblood goes in, and she's probably going to one-shot this Sissy White right here. Yep. Boom. But it's a little too late since... Yeah, since McLean has... Ooh, that's a very strong McLean. It kind of makes me think that I need to improve my McLean, because he's definitely not as tanky. Okay, and so McLean is going to go in and try to assassinate the Epsilon, but Epsilon has a shield, so that's going to do nothing. So Candlelit Sanctuary goes down, and I think what's going to happen here is either McLean's going to fire off the... Oh wait, McLean already attacked, so he can't do anything. And then that's a very dead torch, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, Epsilon is going to pretty much be doing the main DPS here, and then Ironblood almost dies on us with a regular attack. And now she actually dies. So yeah, this is pretty much over. Oh, there goes McLean's first life, but now Jagger's... Yeah, Jagger's really can't do this at this point because it's a 3v1. And yeah, and Jagger has no damage skills to actually use in this situation. Ha, that's funny. Okay, so yeah, McLean's just gonna go in here, and I don't think he can use oh, he's just going to normal attack and finish him off, which, yeah, that works. And then Sikaras is just going to finish him off with Epsilon. And, yep, McLean goes down. So, yeah, pretty good game. Sikaras played a lot... Well, Sikaras' pick ban was a lot better, and he played a lot better in this situation. I think there could have been some more optimizations, but overall, a very good improvement over Game 1. And then, I think Jagger, his initiation to pick ban probably was... Well, I think it's more an issue with his box rather than an issue with his gameplay. Like, I think his gameplay was good for what he had, but honestly, I think he should try to pick up Neo Zerda and Gin earlier if he actually wants to steamroll more, well, win more matches consistently, because Wedum is good, but that's mostly because of his mobility and his mobility and his just damage. But the thing is, it's kind of one and done, kind of like Die. Like, the thing about Neo Zerda is that she has a lot of mobility with her Lightning Slash. She can do a lot of damage, has lots of utility, kind of like Wedum. And she also has revives. Well, Gin is just, he's tanky as heck, has first strike, and does a ton of damage, so... Yeah. I just feel like both Gin and Neo Zerda are just slightly better than Wedum. And if Jagger wants to keep, like, running Rush, he needs a lot more utility units to help him out, like Polial. Who else? Polial. Probably Clotaire. Maybe Cavalry, Juggler, yeah, just a bit more AoE stuff and stuff that can allow him to hit turn 1. Because Ironblood really isn't helping you in that situation, because she can only buff 2 units, and she has to wait essentially a turn to actually start going in. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any changes to the box, but we have a different map for once. So yeah, kind of same bands going down, but this time Sikaras picks up Hilda, and I just noticed he has Langrisser here, which is interesting. I'll be interested to see if he gets to use Langrisser here, but I really hope Sikaras doesn't pick up a healer right now, because he still has like 3 healers, and he can still get basically a healer. He really needs DPS now. And then Jagger. Why did Jagger pick up Oboro on this team? Yeah, I will say I think Jagger's gameplay is very good. It's pretty solid. It's just his box construction is just all over the place. And then he picks up Wedham first again, so he can have that flexibility of being a single target unit, which won't be very good against Hilda. And there's still like 3 healers to go down, so the AoE won't do as much. So yeah, okay, so he actually banned out some utility and Matthew on this point, which is actually pretty good bans. Picks up Liana here, which Liana is pretty solid. And then Gintoki and Lucretia are banned here, and Sikaras, for the love of God, please pick up Neo Zerada here. It's just like a gimme. And it doesn't matter if she's like 3 or 4 stars, Neo Zerada is just that good. And then Oboro is picked for some reason. This is not an Oboro type situation to pick up. Well, this is not a situation where you want to pick up Oboro. Yeah, but it seems like Jagger is trying to, I don't know, do a mix of tank push, and yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how Sikaras loses this. So Poyal and Yanni are banned out, and then Ironblood goes down, so that'll be interesting. So it looks like Jagger's kind of angling for a single target strategy right now. Ooh, that was not good bans. And the reason why is Hilda negates crits, so these assassins are more likely to whiff their assassination skills. You also have a Liana who can run Shrine Maidens, and you also have a person with Revive. So the assassins weren't an issue here. It's either the main issues right now would probably be Lucretia and Lightogenesis at this point, because they can easily blow up one of Hilda's lives. And then Elwyn, not so much of an issue, and same with Kagura and Alicia at this point. And the McLean's picked up here. Decent pick. Gives him some more map control, but like I said, Jagger's just going to pick up one of these other mages. And yeah, that's pretty much a dead Hilda at this point. So yeah, those two aren't very useful, and we get to see Langrisser, hooray! And then Alicia is picked, so yeah. This will be interesting. So yeah, the regulate goes down to buff, and then I think he's going to use Evil Words, yeah. So that's going to start stacking up debuffs really quickly, and then he gets Oboro gets debuffs, which is really funny. Interesting. And it also looks like I'm not sure if Sikaras is running whatchamacallit. Yeah. Okay, so I think here that might have been a bad move, because Sikaras, well, Wedham can go and attack the Neo Zerada right now. And then she gets stunned. That's hilarious. Okay, that was a pretty good move. And then Annihilation goes down, and then Blade Revenge, blah, 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 blah. And then Hilda loses her first life. Okay, so yeah, this Hilda can only survive one more hit. So type component. I don't think using McLean here is the best idea. You probably want McLean to... Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, you probably actually want McLean to actually apply more water, so Jagger's entire team can't come in and completely beat you up. Anyways, yeah. It probably would have been smarter to either have Hilda throw down her 3C so her turn isn't wasted, and she eats another hit from one of Sikaras's Jagger's other units, because the only other unit that could go in, well, the only other 2 units that could go in and be a menace would be these 2. And you could debuff Alicia by just farting water all over the place, or you could just wait for the Legends to come in and just pick her up with weakened Zerida, which isn't an issue. Yeah, but Neo Zerida loses an extra life here for pretty much no reason. And eats a lot of damage. Oh, and she dies here. Ooh, that's bad. So yeah, this is how Sikaras loses. I think he was just not picking his units very well. Well, he wasn't really picking what units to actually use very well. And then Langrisser just dies here. Yep. Yeah. Oh, and she's running faction buff. Is she not wearing? Okay, so yeah, she is wearing her exclusive equipment, but that's pretty much over because Hilda's gonna. Yeah, that was just not a very good interaction. Like I was saying, Sikaras really should have just used Hilda and either guarded to bait one more unit in, or yeah, that was just not good at all. Oh well. Anyways, that's those games, and now I am going to pull up the other set of games. One moment. I'm just going to switch screens, and then let's see. Review requests. Okay, so 1 second. So True Hero again. Awesome. Okay, I will go pull that up. 1 second. Alrighty, thanks for waiting. So now we'll check out the games between Kongwen and True Hero. And it looks like there's only 2 games to review, so hooray. So it looks like they actually did 2 matches and both of them won 1. Interesting. They didn't do a tiebreaker. Interesting. Okay, well whatever. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, well that's funny. So it looks like they actually only did 1 game. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, so Kong is running AoE Rush. Ooh, that's fun. Always a pain to honestly, it's always a pain to deal with. But it's not super focused on AoE. It has a decent mix. Like it has Die Hard. It has some assassins and a good mix of AoEs, which not bad. But banning out Matthew here, I don't think is the best choice, to be honest. Because, oh yeah, True Hero is basically 3 tanks, so he could, in theory, just first pick a healer here, and first pick Rosenseal here, and completely shut down AoE. So that would have freed him up to just ban out Neo Zerida here. Okay, so Rosenseal is banned out here, so Kongwen, it seems like Kong might be going for an AoE strat, and yeah, he picks up Neo Zerida here, which, yeah, if given the chance, you probably should pick up Neo Zerida when, yeah. And then Landius is picked up, which, Landius is going to melt to Neo Zerida no matter what. So Neo Zerda is out here, and then Gintoki's down, and then Puliao is picked up. Okay, so Kongwen is going to come in hard and fast. And there's not much True Hero can do. So Sissy White is picked up, so I think he's banking on just having enough guard to deal with all of the assassins in Gintoki and none of the magic units. So yeah, I don't think Sissy White was a good pick here. But I guess that's True Hero's only healer, and she has act against support, so I guess that's okay, but it's gonna be pretty tough because he's losing initiative on Kong. So he lost him in Whatever banned out, so True Hero can't go in as quickly, and then I think True Hero might pick up McLean here, but the thing is Puliao exists at this point. So I personally think instead of banning out Lost Him, because he already had a tank, would have been better to ban out Wedem and Puliao, so he could have more. He would have a better opportunity to actually pull away McLean, like pick McLean in third spot. So those are banned, and Iron Blood is picked up. Okay, so I'm just trying to see what True Hero is trying to do here, because the only real units he can speed buff who would really like speed buff would probably be Archon, but he can't really move outside of Landius' guard range at this point. And McLean, Yanni doesn't really need it, and I guess it'd also be nice for Lucretia here. So Archon and Puliao are banned out here, and then Lucretia is picked up. And then, leaves McLean last pick. That's interesting. So Lucretia's picked up here, and then I think McLean would be picked up here at this point. Yeah, McLean. And then True Hero has an opportunity to pick up McLean, but he doesn't. He picks up Neo Elma. So it looks like True Hero is looking to pretty much just tank push to win, but it's going to be kind of tricky. Yeah. Let's see what's going on with Kong's team. So yeah, pretty standard stuff for Iron Blood. Neo Zerda honestly doesn't really need the speed buff. Lucretia would probably actually benefit from it more. And then as Neo Zerda is just way in the back. It doesn't look like she's using Stinger, but this might be a $6 Zerda. Let me double check. Blah 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 blah. Okay, this is a 4-star Neo Zerda. So yeah, this is not a Stinger Zerda. This Puliao will really like the speed boost. And then McLean is just going to do McLean stuff. Okay, so let's see what goes now. So Lucretia moves up slightly. Okay, so Splendid Legend goes down. So that's nothing too interesting so far. And then Iron Blood speed boosts his team. Pretty standard stuff so far. Yeah, it looks like True Hero is really just turtling at this point and waiting for a mistake to go down, which probably not going to happen for a little bit. And Lord of the Storm goes down, so now he has some movement restrictions, which honestly isn't a big deal. But the thing is now, so he's using endurance formation, so he's a little bit more tanky. Interesting. And yeah, and Sissy White really can't do much at this point. So yeah, she's just waiting. Okay, interesting. So now he's just locking. Kong is pretty much locking him into that corner, which pretty much allow him to just do whatever he wants in a minute. And then Magic Pulse. Yep, that was a good move. Well, actually not really, because the only thing that's on cooldown is his Terrifying Wave. He doesn't even have Riptide component down. Oh, and then what is... Okay, so he's going to take off the first life of McLean, but I'm honestly not sure if that was really a good idea. So Puliao goes in, and she's going to push stuff slightly, and then she's going to stun some stuff. Okay, so Sissy White's stunned, and now McLean is pretty much dead meat. Oh no, she takes out the The Golem heals to full and then teleports back, which is actually pretty good. But that's a very dead puppet now. Yeah. So now Lucretia really can't do much at the moment. Okay, so oh! So Iron Bull is actually running, whatchamacallit, Tear of the Goddess. Interesting. Yeah, that was some pretty good moves. Might actually throw Tear of the Goddess on mine. Iron Blood now. Because I'm not really using anything interesting on her. Oh. And now, McLean or, oh, Edge Drop Slash goes down. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, and he got a pretty lucky clock there. Interesting, interesting. So Ire goes down, but I don't think that's going to be enough to actually heal. Yeah, because Hurricane Dance can still go down and do a lot of damage. Oh, and that gives Zeradan, well, actually that life is actually going to be gone soon, so it doesn't really matter. Polyao takes a lot of damage, but it's not really a big deal. And then Iron Blood goes in and I think, nope, doesn't take out Landius' first life, but does a lot of damage. Heals up the Polyao. And then I think Polyao's going to die here, yeah. And then more heals up. More heal ups. And I think Polyao is probably going to just, yeah, do Hurricane Dance here. And do a massive amount of damage. Wowee. Yeah. And heal up a bunch. But yeah, this is pretty much over. Yeah, Polyao does a lot of damage. What star level is this? Eh. I'll look some other time. Well, actually, I'll just look right now. But yeah, it looks like Polyao pretty much carried that match. And I probably should run SikarasTheRipper on her as well. Because I do have one build. Well, I have a lot of equipment built for her, but not really. Yeah, I have a lot of equipment built for her, but not really the weapon. So let's see. So, 4%. Okay, this is a 4-star Polyao. That's interesting. Very interesting. Anyways. That's those games. Okay, and I suppose what I can do next is just review my one match that I played yesterday, because it's kind of interesting. So yeah, I played against this guy with moon runes for a name. Sorry, I can't read it. I apologize if that was a bit offensive, but whatever. So, here we actually kind of have similar boxes, except he's a lot more focused on holy units, so he has like not Sissy White, but Azusa and Sherry in here, both of whom are not really like super meta at this point. And then he bans out my Neo Elma right here, which I don't really mind. So he picks up Neo Elma here, and I pick up, I think, Wedum, right? Well, not Wedum, but I pick up my Neo Zeratul right here, so he's kind of yeah, so here he has to kind of deal with that, because Neo Zeratul is a pain in the butt to deal with. And I think, yeah, he picks up Rosen Seal here, which I don't really mind, because that pretty much allows me to pick up McLean here. Do I pick up McLean here? Yeah, I pick up McLean here, because there isn't an enemy McLean. And I'm pretty much, just these two picks tell me he wants to play Super Tank Bushy, so I'm just going to make that strategy very hard to run. Okay, good to know, Kong. I'll double check after this game. Yeah, I'll double check after this game to see that if it's up. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, I pick up my clan here so I can control the map a lot better, and then he bans out pretty much Neo Virash, who can really mess up his team because he doesn't really have pull immunity, and then he gets rid of Dayart here because he just has long range, and he picks up Azusa here, which I'm pretty much fine with because I don't really care. But honestly, this ban I think could have gone a lot better. So instead of actually banning out those two was actually not a bad idea, because she gets a lot of range, and then she has later Genesis needs to take some extra time to actually build up range, but I also didn't want him teleporting units into my team turn 1, And then Neovira should just be too hard for me to kill because he has a revive and he isn't affected by my water. And then here I pick up Lucretia for the support and just being a fairly effective mage against Neo Elma. Then he bans out those two, but one lost him is not very good on this map, but I guess he's worried about his assassination ability, but I don't think Lost Him's assassination skills are too good, in all honesty. So yeah, well, I would have had a lot of maneuverability with that. I would have had a lot of maneuverability with Lost Him if I decided to run him like pure assassin. Anyways, so I ban out his Lost Him because both have a lot of range, and then I ban out Iron Blood because she's just going to be annoying. She gets a lot of buffs and she can speed boost the Zusa in annoying ways. And then I'm not too worried about Epsilon here because he's the least of my worries because I have a bunch of AoE to deal with his stuff. And then I pick up Yanni here, which I wish I played with her a little bit better. Anyways, so I lose my act again, and I lose my Iron Blood here, which not a big deal because I was expecting to run pick a healer last. And so he picks up Epsilon here. And I will say, I wish I actually, instead of placing my Yanni here, I wish I actually placed her right here instead, and you'll see why in a second. So, Rosen Seal goes in. She's also mage with sorceresses with fixed damage immunity, so very interesting. Also, I just footsie with my Neo Zerda because she's not going to be doing much here. And also, if I put my Yanni here, I could have walked her to this square, and then just gotten rid of that by placing my own portal on it. So yeah, I kind of wish I foresaw that, but this is also the very first time I had this type of interaction, so I'll give myself a break. So here I'm throwing just a few things. I throw a Light Mirror on McLean here because he's kind of my tank, a tank at this point, because he's going to be essentially my most forward unit at this point. So yeah, Mirror Shield goes down. I attack buff my team. And then he uses Epsilon to do that. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then I kind of wish I was a little smarter with my placement with my Yanni, because if the enemy Yanni tries to do anything sneaky like teleport here and try to like hit one of my units, the only spots they can reach to are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 3, 5. So basically, just kind of this general area would be safe for me. And he's running two single target skills, so I don't really need to worry about AoE that much. But here I'm kind of reckless with my Yanni. So yeah, his Yanni just goes in and one-shots her for pretty much free. And she takes some reflect damage, but it's not really enough to be really relevant. And then she teleports back, which I don't really care about. And here I just fart down my water on his entire team, so I don't have to worry about it too much. And then he heals that up. And then I'm pretty much just waiting to see what he does at this point, because there's no real good move for me at this point since I'm down a unit and I can't really attack. So here I'm just magic pulsing my McLean. And essentially he is staying back so he doesn't get into range of my McLean and like potentially loses a unit, which honestly is a bad move because that allows me to go in and kill off his Epsilon here. So he's playing extremely passively for no reason. Also, I did not realize my McLean was actually so strong. So never mind, I don't need to buff him up more. So here I just like recall my McLean, keep him on water, and then keep him in range to do stuff. So that's a 1-for-1 trade, which I'm perfectly fine with. And then he gets into Lucky Tenyas, which is really annoying, to be honest. And then he takes a massive amount of damage. And then I just teleport back with my portals, because I like portals. And now she takes out the first life of my McClane, big whoop, but now she's completely out of position, and so I actually can teleport to where the Epsilon died and kill off the Yanni, which is a free trade for me. So really bad on his part. So goodbye, Yanni. And then I heal back up. That gets dispelled. Do a bit more damage. Whatever. So yeah, but that leaves my Neo Zerda open to get killed, and she dies. Big surprise. But since she has immunity, I can just move her back. Oh yeah, this is a funny interaction. So basically, my Zerda just moves back, triggers her talent by gathering the soul scrap right next to me, and then teleports all the way back here. So yeah, I'm perfectly safe. Well, my Neo Zerda is perfectly safe, and now Azusa has the chance to actually go in and kill off one of my units, but she doesn't take it. So yeah, Zerda just teleports back, completely safe. Very funny. So now that gives me an opportunity with McClane to fart out more water and just lock the Azusa down and laugh at him. Yeah, and the thing is, Azusa is pretty much stuck back here because, well, stuck in guard range because I can counter kill her easily, no matter what she does. And so I'm like, whatever, I'll do something cheeky. So if she really wants to pick up my McClane, she'll have to move forward a bit, which, in retrospect, this probably wasn't the best move, but whatever, it worked out in my favor. And so yeah, she just goes in, kills off my Light Flame, but my Light Flame was really doing nothing at this point, so I don't really care. Though, now that I think about it, probably wasn't a good idea, because that gives her the opportunity to get her hard and soft, whatever, stacked up, but, whatever. So now I move up with Lucretia, since I can do stuff, and then I Magic Pulse her so she can do more stuff. So now he's moving his, moving up his team, and now I throw down some more water, so Azusa is stuck in the back, and then that gives me some more space to just move back with McClane and have him be safe. So yay, McClane is safe. And this gives me the opportunity to do really silly stuff now. So yeah. So I throw Light Mirror on Lucretia, and then I move Lucretia slightly up and in a spot so I can safely attack the Neo Elma. And then I do that, and then I just move Neo Zerda slightly up. And then there's really not much I can do. Not much he can do at this point because now he needs to start blowing cooldowns, and I am pretty much just waiting for his healer to move so I can start to do lasting damage to his tank. But now he sends in his Azusa and does a bunch of damage to my Lucretia, which does a decent amount of damage, but also does a lot of fixed damage to the Lucretia, well, the Azusa. And I'm going to turn on animations because this interaction will actually surprise you. So he goes in, and McClane does pretty much 0 damage with his 3C. However, Azusa's shield only really affects hero damage. And since she wasn't at full, my soldiers could just finish her off. And here my Lucretia just dies. Oh no. Well, she did her job by baiting that Azusa in. And now I just send in Neo Zerda so I can start stripping buffs, doing lasting damage, and so I can just be a general menace. And so I can start racking up the damage counter so he can't really do much. So Zerda takes a bunch of damage, but it's not really lasting and not really important because I have a healer and my Neo Zerda has a bunch of revives on the board, so I don't really need to worry about that. He uses Mass Crystal Healing, but at this point he just can't do anything to me. And I think here he realizes that my McClane is just going to go in and potentially one-shot his Rosen Seal, which will pretty much end the match for him. So here he tries to move on to the pillar, which one is not a good move because that opens up the center for me. So I just move my Neo Zerda here, and then yeah, I think you also want to get the terrain, well, the defense buff from the pillar's terrain, but this is a Rosen Seal, Mage Rosen Seal with sorceresses to tank. I don't think she's gonna be able to survive McLean, no matter what. So I just send in Zerda here because I can, and then Zerda goes in, does a bit of damage, and then I just throw down another skill onto the Neo Elma, do a lot of damage, and rack up more damage points. So yeah, I'm just continuing to do that since I can, and there's really not much my opponent can do. And so now I just keep magic pulsing my Zerda. She can get more stuff, and then my McLean goes in and throws a dolphin at Rosen Seal, and then Rosen Seal goes down pretty solidly. I think my soldier still had like two procs left, so there's really not much my opponent can do. And so yeah, it's only Neo Elmo versus 3, and 2 of the 3 are like my main damage dealers, so there's not much they can do. And so my Zerda's just gonna keep throwing on skills onto the Neo Elma until she dies, and I just keep racking up extra damage points. And at this point, the Neo Elma can't really do much against me, and it's pretty much over. So yeah, throw down 3 EC, heal up my McLean, but it doesn't really matter at this point. And then yeah, she throws some stuff on me, heals up a little bit, but takes a good amount of damage from the mirror, and then has to back out because they really can't do much against me. And yeah, so I won that yesterday, so yay. I don't need to play more Apex today. Alright, so now I'm gonna switch back to see if True Hero has posted that match to his card. So let me just switch screens for a second. Oh, dude. Alright, I'm back, and here is the first match of Kong's... Well, wait. I don't think True Hero's posted that match yet. Kong, if you're listening, can you poke True Hero to post that match to his card? If not, I think I will just close it out here. But yeah, I covered a lot of matches today. I think... Sikaras's and what's his name had some pretty interesting matches. Oh, okay, I see. Let's get game 2 on the. See if game 2 is on the card. 1 second. Okay, here we go. I think. So let me just double check, because I think I covered game 2. So let's see game 1. Okay, yeah, so this is the right game. So let's see what's going on here. Ooh, True Hero is actually running full AoE rush. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, it's just some things to note. I don't think this is the best AoE rush team at the moment, because there isn't a lot of things to actually get True Hero to run in turn 1 and hit stuff. But then again, turn 2 also isn't that bad. Anyways, so Rosen Seal is banned down here, because if you're running AoE rush, you pretty much need to do that. And then True Hero picks up Poi out here, which I think Neo Zerda actually would have been a bit better in this situation, because she is just very oppressive in this meta. But what can you do? Okay, so Julian and Matthew are banned out, and then Kongwen picks up Sissy White. Not bad pick, since True Hero is probably going to be running AoE Rush. So those two are banned, which makes sense. And then Neo Zero is picked up here. Yay! I'll be interested to see how this plays out now. Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, so Yanni and Wedam are banned out, so no follow-up. Both units have very long feet, so very good. Okay, and now Gintoki's picked up here, very good pick. And then Wedam and Matthew are banned out, pretty good bans. Okay, but I think he's going to start running it. Oh, well, not really the issue, but McLean is probably going to not be doing much since Polial's on the board. And then, let's see what's going on here. And then True Hero picks up his Gintoki, very good. True Hero loses his healer and Neo Elma, and then, oh, interesting. So she's picked up. Honestly, I think at this point it wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up Vincent and start throwing him into the enemy. But I don't think he has enough like support to actually get Vincent to consistently run in and be a menace. So not sure if that's the best pick. Anyways, bans out Lost Him, bans out McLean, very good bans, and Lost Him is picked up here. Yeah, I'm not too sure about. Well, I think it'll be fine though. Sissy White can guard his 3C, so that's gonna be a pain to deal with. Ironblood and Lucretia go down, and then Neo almost picked up. Very good pick at this point. Yeah, I think instead of banning out Lost Him, probably would have been better to ban out the Neo Elma, but it's hard to say. Okay, so Upsilon and Yanni are banned out, and that leaves Vincent, which I kind of think is not going to be the best because Diehart's still on the board and he has like a billion range, and also Lucretia's here as well. But honestly, I think actually I'm not too sure if Diehard would be a good pick here, but whatever. So yeah, this will be interesting to see play out. Oh. Yeah, I think picking up Lost Him, well, CN Series was actually a bit of a mistake at this point because you really want to get in with Lost Him and assassinate something, and it's kind of hard to do that with Sansi since you have to move two spaces in range, but we'll see. Also, he'll have a hard time killing off that Ironblood, and God for I have no idea how he's going to kill off this Gintoki. Anyways, okay, so Polial goes down. So everybody's just slightly moving up. Okay. So that goes down. Vincent is just going to go up, and he's probably just going to run in far off his 3C. Oh, okay. So yeah, speed buff goes down. So yeah, that's a pretty good move on Kong's part. And then, oh, True Hero really shouldn't have. Okay, I think this is a bit of a mistake. I think True Hero should have just kept Neo Zerda far in the back, because if something dies, or if, say, Vincent is alive, and yeah, if Vincent is alive, he could just teleport to Vincent, which is highly likely because Kong doesn't have anything that can kill, well, one-shot revive units. Instead of having Vincent go here, he should have just ran him straight forward or moved him last, because Vincent is really just needs to go in and die if he wants to be useful. So, okay, so it looks like True Hero is playing little footsies to get a sense of what's going on. And Lost Him's not going in at all, which, yeah, I think True Hero is kind of making a mistake by not taking the initiative in this sense. Because Polial's 3C is going to keep decreasing in range at this point, and he's not really going to be able to do much. Yeah, and I don't think moving Polial... Yeah, I think the main issue is True Hero isn't really moving his units correctly. Like, Gintoki hasn't gotten fully buffed up, so he shouldn't be... He's probably going to be doing nothing early, so it's safer to move him early. Neo Zerda... I don't agree with this Neo Zerda build, but also I think Neo Zerda should probably just be moving last, since she can just lightning slash to anything, so she'll pretty much be safe in that respect. Also, there's so many act again units at the moment that she probably would want to run edge drop slash instead. So yeah, Neo Zerda and Gintoki probably should be moving first. Kong, I think, is doing a very good job at moving his units correctly. Like, he's leaving Gintoki open, so if True Hero initiates, he can go in and pretty much one-shot an enemy. He's leaving Sissy White to react to any initiation from True Hero, and True Hero is just, yeah, that's going on. So Gintoki just moves like that, and eventually Kong's just going to get enough tokens where he can just act again one of his units and start pick off one of True Hero's units for free. Yeah, and the more... Oh, yep, that was a mistake. No, it wasn't, because he was running Air Slash. Yeah, I think Kong wasn't paying enough attention to that, which is unfortunate. Or he didn't really care, because that would just give Gintoki the opportunity to just go in and finish off Neo Zerda. But also, that was a good move, because now Sissy White can go in and slingshot. Yeah, can go onto Gintoki and pretty much just slingshot onto the enemy Gintoki. Or he could just auto attack, move up one, and well, move the Lancer up to get protected. But yeah. Oh, and Sissy White desperate measures the Lucretia here. Interesting. And then now she's gonna finish up. And now she's gonna finish off yeah, she's gonna finish her off, which is pretty good. And this is also very good because now True Hero needs to come in and attack the Gintoki, who is gonna do a lot of damage to Gintoki. Well, True Hero's Gintoki. But now what's gonna happen is Lucretia is just gonna sweep the rest of True Hero's team. So yeah, very good bait on Kong's part. And then shift position, and then act again. So that was a 2-for-1 trade, which is very bad. Poliao is just doing nothing at this point. And then all he really can do is rely on Vincent at this point. Okay, so... Oh, interesting. What happened here? Oh, okay, so he used quick riposte to attempt to... Or riposte to attempt to kill the Sissy, but why wasn't the Sissy wearing, whatchamacallit, Shine Maidens? Whatever, it worked. And now the Sissy White is dead. So yeah, dead Sissy White. Oathbreaker goes down. Huh, interesting. So black hole the Vincent here. And then take him out with an auto. Almost take him out with an auto attack. Oh. So it does a lot of damage there. And then, wow, takes him out. Yeah, what happened there? Jeez. And then Vincent's gonna just die here, but yeah. Just dispel a bunch of stuff, do a lot of damage, but not really do any meaningful damage. So I think what? Oh. So Neoma goes down. The stun is just completely ignored, and then Lost him pretty much does barely any damage. And then he Savage tramples the Neo Elma and the Mercenary, but that really doesn't do a lot. And I think that's a bit of a mistake, because now... Yeah, now the Poliao's just... Well, she's almost stuck back there. But now she takes a lot of damage, and the Neo Elma is just gonna... Oh, that's a dead Mercenary. And Grapnel goes down. Let's see if... Okay, so the Neo Elmo is going to do a lot of damage to this Wastum. Okay. And then he's going to teleport back. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this plays out. But the Neo Elmo is just... Yeah, Neo Elmo is just gaining a lot of health back at this point. And then takes out the Polial. She revives. Not a big deal, but now Neo Elmo just pretty much heals back to full. And True Hero runs away because I don't think he has enough consistent damage or healing to deal with the Neo Elmo. So very close match, very interesting. Though I will admit, yeah, I think the main mistake Kong made here was probably running the monks on Sissy White rather than Shrine Maidens, because that pretty much opened her up to potentially getting assassinated by the Lostum. Also, the Lostum did a crap ton of damage to the Sissy White, and I think if he was running Shrine Maidens, he probably could have lived. The Sissy White probably could have lived. But yeah, I think the main issue in game one of this was True Hero was, one, not moving his units smartly. I don't think his overall strat... Yeah, he wasn't moving his units correctly. I think he needed to really go in earlier with Polial. I think he... Yeah. I think it was mostly just the unit movement that really killed him there. But yeah, very good match. I think that match was very good. Very enjoyable to watch as well, and I learned a few interesting things while watching everything. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I think I'm gonna call it there, and I'll try to get this posted to YouTube later today. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good one. Bye-bye.